Hey everybody, welcome to Smashing Game Time. We are three brothers who go through gaming's back catalog of yesteryear, and we're one of the best gaming podcasts you've ever heard with your earballs. I am your host, Nick. Below me is my brother, Josh.
Yeah, I'm not actually below him, guys. That's kind of weird. We're brothers. I'm actually like adjacent below. There's in space.
Yes. And the other adjacent, not below brother to my left is Jake.
Yeah, that's me. I'm not below.
He's not
You're not
below.
gonna blow him?
No, he's not going to blow anybody.
We like to keep it in the family.
Everybody, thank you for joining us. We're doing 2017 Q3 today. We're going to go back and look at some video games from Q3 of 2017. It'll be a fun time. We've also got a nice little tea time featuring the one and only Josh. So stay tuned for that. Before we get into the swing of things, though, just a reminder, we are a Trident Network podcast. Go check out our siblings. They are all awesome. A lot of different podcasts there for many different interests. So go check them out. We are available anywhere you get your podcast. So Apple, Google, Spotify. Anchor's no longer a thing anymore. Anchor's like Anchor's owned by Spotify, so they have a weird name. But go fucking track us down, rate and review us. Give us 5 stars. You give us anything less than 5 stars, and we're going to think that you hate us. So guys, what has everybody been playing? Josh, we'll start with you again. What have you been up to?
So I'm actually working on 2 reviews currently, both actually fantastic games so far. So the first one I'm doing is Octopath Traveler 2. For those who don't remember, that is basically the Square Enix game where you have 8 characters with 8 different stories who like kind of all intertwine in a sense. This is just the sequel to it. It's fantastic. I picked it up. I was like, I want it because it's Square Enix, and I played the first Octopath and I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying this one a lot more.
Is it the same 8 travelers, or is it 8 different travelers?
It's different. It's 8 different travelers.
So it's Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest. Like it's the sequel, but it's kind of its own standalone story.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
And basically, you travel the world, or at least these 2 specific regions. Each area has its own character that you pick up that joins your party. Party is a max of 4. Each is their own class. So the guy I started out with, I'm going to mispronounce his name. I think it's Hikuri.
Yes.
Basically, he's a prince to be king who watched his village and his father die, burned to the ground because his brother basically was just like, oh, well, I'm going to be king and you've grown weak, old man. I'm going to kill you. He's the warrior. So my journey started with him, and I'm working my way around to eventually finish his story. But as I'm going around gathering all my other characters, I'm doing their stories too. So that's a lot of fun. The other one I picked up that I've played it a lot already, and it's actually my second review due after I finished Octopath, Eldoran. It's basically Dark Souls meets Castlevania, basically. I mean, just your typical like Metroidvania almost to an extent. It's a lot of fun. It's very hard. I've died a few times already. It's very confusing. They're not forgiving with their mechanics as far as like when you're blocking or they don't give you like a direction to go. It's just kind of like Dark Souls in the sense of you have to like just go wherever you think you can go.
So very much like Hollow Knight, where you're just like, well, I have this thing, so I guess I can go over here now.
Yeah, one thing I don't like about it is you have to, like where I'm at now compared to where I started, they have fast traveling available for basically like the bonfires where you save, but it doesn't become available until you find the ability.
Oh, so it's an unlockable ability instead of just something you have from the start.
Correct. So like literally when you first start, I literally went from the right side of the map to the left, back to the right, back to the left, and then started climbing up until I finally got it. And I'm like, this would have been useful like 2 cities ago.
Like, just give it to me out the gate and make that a
Maybe
different
not
power
at the gate,
up that I
but
pick
give
up.
it like after like the first boss fight. I beat the first boss. Give it to me then.
Yeah.
Or even the second boss, because then it's like you're gonna make it linear to that point and then make it optional.
No, that's not a case where like maybe you like can you get the pickups in different orders, or is it very linear? Like, no, you need this one at this point.
I'm pretty sure you can get them at separate times, but the way I went, at least, I ended up getting double jump first. Then I got fast travel.
Okay.
So it might be possible. I'm not saying it. I haven't played it enough to be like, oh yeah, that's the case. But for where the way I took it, it just doesn't feel that way, at least.
And it's my understanding, Josh, that you beat Callisto Protocol.
I did 100% it. Got
What
that
is-
platinum, baby.
What is the final verdict?
Okay, so I actually enjoyed it enough to want a sequel or DLC.
Okay. All right.
So, spoiler alert right now, just in case I say something. The way they ended it, I definitely want more. They definitely ended it with the typical Dead Space ending. So, in my sense, it was a true spiritual successor to Dead Space. So I enjoyed it for that because it did such a phenomenal job. They could have done better with the pacing. I think towards the end it went too quickly. But for what it is, I enjoyed it. They did a phenomenal job with it. I hope this succeeded so well that if they do plan a sequel, that it's even better.
Better boss fights.
Better boss fights,
Better
more
boss fights,
character,
more characters,
more
better
character
pacing.
development.
I would
better
hope
pacing.
for just because the way it ended, I was like, yeah, I kind of want to see I want to see what happens next.
Yes, like the way they ended is just very much a cliffhanger. Like I would say so more than Dead Space. Like everybody knows Dead Space ending. Spoiler alert for those who haven't beat a game that's over 10 years old, 15 years old at this point. You beat the hive mind, you escape the planet, and as you're leaving, you're just calming down, playing the replay of your dead wife, and all of a sudden you get jump scared by her, and that's how it ends.
The levels spell it out. The levels spell it out.
Hey, even in the remake, they still spell it out.
Oh, they did. They still did it. They're like,
They
yeah,
still
we're not
did
gonna,
it. I thought it was like, oh, this
we're not
is
gonna
so
touch
cool.
it. We're not gonna
Yeah.
touch it.
And it's such a good job with the remake. But all in all, loved Callisto Protocol. I want to see more in the sequel. I want more character development, better pacing, because like I said, it was fine up until the final chapter and a half, 2 chapters. And then it just felt like rushed, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I think what really sticks out to me, what it taught me about myself, is that I like my sci-fi contained in like a single area. Like back in the day, I really loved Escape from Butcher Bay, and so things like Dead Space and Callisto Protocol are just going to be right up my chagrin. Even if there's like a bunch of stuff wrong with it, like I'm still going to find a lot to like about it.
I would love, at least for if we're gonna stick in this alley, I would love for it to be more of a choose how you want to do things. Like rather than being linear and having to go to certain spots and do certain things, make it where like give me a Dead Space where the ship is falling apart, monsters everywhere, and I have to fix things, and I have a time limit for each thing, or I have to do certain things within a time limit, almost like a
Prey.
Would it be Prey? I was thinking more like a Dead Rising.
Or that, yeah, Dead Rising or Prey. Prey's just like the closest comp I could think of what that would look like.
That's pretty, yeah. I would say something like that, but better than Prey.
Better than Prey, yes. Something that actually moves units.
Yes. Speaks volumes. But yeah, that's my verdict on it. Recommend playing it if you haven't. It's a great game.
And it looks beautiful.
Yes.
Jake, what are you doing?
Your typical Brawlhalla and TFT. The new TFT set starts in a week. I'm still grinding for Master. Brawlhalla Spring Champs is in 2 weeks. And then I got DreamHack San Diego next month, so that's exciting. I picked up Street Fighter Duel on my mobile devices. It's addicting. It's kind of like your grind gotcha game almost, but like it keeps you in. You're awarded a lot for your grind, and it just keeps you like going in the game. It's got all your favorite Street Fighter characters. You got your Ken, you got your Chun-Li, you got your
Ryu.
Yeah. So you got that.
Do they have new Cammy or old Cammy?
old Cammy. I'm sure they'll probably have DLC of new Cammy. Right now they're about to start an event with Monster Hunter.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna be exciting. Fun game. I highly recommend it. Um, and then I've been playing Apex. I haven't really played. I'm like in the middle of the season. I didn't play at the start of the season, but it's been really fun, especially Team Deathmatch. Team Deathmatch is a lot of fun. They also added another mode called Gun Game, basically like Call of Duty, where you kill someone and it switches to a gun or a different weapon, all the way up to a knife.
I love
That's
game modes
cool.
like that. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Really, it really gets people back into Apex for sure. I guess like their anniversary. I don't know. I don't remember which one it is, but with this one, they didn't add a new character, but they've actually like separated everyone into different what's it called, roles. So you got your skirmishers, support, all that stuff. And it's weird how they put some characters in a role when you're thinking, I don't know about that, but something new. But yeah, it's fun. It's been fun. It's been fun.
Good. Anything else on the game side, Jake, or on the personal side?
No, not at all.
Awesome. Let's see my list here. By the time you're hearing this, my review for Illuminati will be up. That is the almost the worm. It's the medieval manuscript looking game that plays a lot like an old Worms game. Game's fun. It does have some balancing issues. It's an early access. They just did put out an update on the 13th of March that added some new characters. Added a little bit of balance. I don't know how much. I haven't really played it much since that update, so I need to go back in and check that out. But hey, early access review will be up. Go check that out over on Game Chronicles. Another game I played, I had a little bit of extra time, and I was like, I want to play something off the beaten path. I jumped back into Disc Room. I don't know if you guys have ever played Disc Room. This is the game where you have all these different rooms that are filled with saws that you're trying to avoid. You have different objectives in different rooms that will help unlock later rooms. Like
I do remember this because I think this is like the game that started you telling me to get out the Xbox Game Pass almost.
pretty sure it is. But there's like a room where like, oh hey, you need to be killed by 35 different saw types to open this room. So you have to like go around the other rooms and oh shit, I haven't died by that saw. Oh shit, I haven't died by. Or there's a room where like, oh hey, you need to feed this monster that pops up 4 different times, and you have this ability where you can clone yourself and have 2 of you, and you have to do that 4 separate times in that one room before you die. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. I have probably like 10 rooms to go. If I had one beef with it, I would want a few more rooms. I'm sure there's some secret rooms that I'm not aware of that I would just need to go back and find. It's kind of scratching the Super Meat Boy itch because it's deadly. It's deadly short little levels. A lot of stupid fun. It's kind of got the same comedy to it. Your guy's like on a planet and trying to escape all these saw rooms. It's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I'll probably finish it. The other games I've been playing are games that I've been playing for a little bit. New season of Marvel Snap came out. The main cards for this one is Nimrod, who, when you play him in a spot, if you kill him, 2 other copies appear of him. 1 other copy appears of him in the 2 other spots. So he goes really well with like the symbiote cards that destroy the other cards. Goes really well with Destroyer, and I think Deathlock's the other one. So it's been fun playing with that. But I've been experimenting with decks, and I have this new denial type deck where if you guys know Goose is the cat from if you've seen the movies, he was in the the Captain Marvel movie. His ability is basically when he's in a spot, no one can play any cards 4 or above cost in that spot. I've been pairing him up with Mystique, who copies the last continuous ability that you played, and then Cosmo, who you can't have any on reveal cards activate in that area. So I have that combo of those 3, and I kind of mixed it up because they're not always there in the order that I need them. But then I've paired them up with Doc Ock, who, when you play him, he pulls 4 cards from your opponent's hands and plays them across from him. And so what I've been doing there is I do that, and usually most of the time, because he's a 5-cost card, by that time he's pulling whatever their big boss monster is gonna, or big boss hero or villain is gonna be at that point. There's this card called Wave, who, when you play her, all the cards in your hand and your opponent's hand are 4 cost. So if you play that on your 3rd turn, any of, like, if you have your 6 or 5 cost, it brings the cost down so you can play a card early. I love to pair that with Doc Ock. But the real trick behind Doc Ock is if you get like their big boss enemy and you have Shang-Chi in your hand, you drop him, he destroys that monster, kind of clears the way for you. Really, the idea behind the deck is just like blocking as many plays for the other players you can. Like, I was playing a guy who was playing a move deck, and if you guys have played move decks, you know they're annoying. By playing that way that I was playing, like, I was limiting where they could move, filling up spaces where they didn't need them. I had a recent card, Titania, is a level 1, or I'm sorry, a 1-cost card who has 5 power, and what she does is when you play her, every time she'll flip back and forth between spots. So like, if I play her first turn, she stays. Next turn, if the enemy plays a card across from me and I don't play a card in that spot, she'll go over to the enemy. So really, it flips back and forth every time someone plays a card, and it's pretty cool. And I think it's a good like distraction card, because they're like, what is he setting up? What is he trying to do here? And so while they're distracted by that, setting something else up on the other side. It's been a lot of fun. I've also been playing a normal deck, which is just cards with no abilities, just because I like that shit. But I've had a lot of fun with Marvel Snap, actually getting ranked pretty high. I'm what's after gold? Is it platinum?
Well, I'm looking for a number.
50.
Oh,
Just crossed 50. Highest I've ever been. I know it's not that impressive, but here I am. Last thing I've been playing, Fortnite had the new season come out. I like the new changes. So this season's theme is Neo Tokyo. So it's a better cyberpunk game, if I'm being honest. The cars are very cyberpunkian. You have a sword that if you use like it, there's a mobility ability that lets you fly with it. You can use that 3 times to kind of get around the map. Augmentations are still in there. The weapon spread's pretty good. I haven't had a lot of time with it, but I like the shotguns that are in there right now, like the pistols that are in there. Same for the ARs. I still hate the snowy part of the map. It's still very annoying, still very deadly. Otherwise, I'm having a good time with the new Fortnite. I'm not crazy about the characters on the battle pass, but Fortnite crew member here, so I'll just take the battle pass, collect my V-Bucks at the beginning of every month, and just keep an eye on the shop, see if there's something I want. The special guest character, you guys might know this. The character is an Attack on Titan character. Don't know his name, but he's Attack on Titan, so that's cool.
Is it?
it's probably Captain Levi.
It's not Levi. I was thinking it's what's his name?
Aaron.
Aaron. Thank you.
You guys tell me if you pull it up and see. Let me know. But
I'm pulling it up right now.
The other new thing in Fortnite is the main area is Mega City. It's this giant city. I'd say it's probably bigger than Tilted Towers at its biggest, and it's got rails that kind of remind me of Sunset Overdrive. And there's like rooftop fights. You just people snipe. Oh, it's fun. It's so much fun. I recommend if you haven't played Fortnite in a while and want to jump back in, I think this season's a pretty good time to do it.
It is Aaron Yeager. Here's the important question, Nick. Do they at least give you the scout rig from Attack on Titan?
I don't know any of that. I'm sure that'll be an unlockable. But I
Well,
don't know what that
it'd be more like kind of like the Spider-Man webs, how you could web across.
I remember I remember someone
Yeah.
saying something about that. I think that is going to be a thing. That's going to be something you can pick up to use to maneuver around the map.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
That I'd play it for that alone. So
Well, hey, it's good catching up with everybody. You guys wanna hop into 2017 Q3?
yeah,
No.
let's do it.
Q3. So first up here we have July 20th, Lone Echo. So this one is not. I am not familiar with Lone Echo. I'm guessing this is a VR game. Josh, this is your foray. Tell us about Lone Echo.
It is. So developed by Ready at Dawn. Don't know if you guys recognize that name at all.
Nope.
Yay, nay. So they did a couple of the side God of War games. They did like Chains of Olympus, Coast of Sparta. They're the guys who did The Order,
Oh, 1860 or Order 18.
1886. Yep.
That game is slept on. I feel like that game's like I feel
I
like
agree
10 years
100%.
from 10 years from now we're going to be like, "You know what? The Order fucks."
It's gonna be it's gonna be a sleeper, or it is a sleeper already. But yeah, so same guys who did that, and then it was actually published by Oculus Studios. Rest in peace. Um, so essentially, this is the like not the launch title for VR games, but if you're gonna pick a game and go VR, what started, what was a good like foundation, this is on there.
So what
If
what
that
is,
makes sense.
So you're for those listening, this is a first-person VR game. You are, it looks like you're a robot in space going around
Yep.
these different ships and space bodies.
So basically, you are a service android. You're called Echo One, and your nickname is I think it's Jack in this one because there's a second one, or there is a plan. I can't remember exactly. Either way, uh, basically, it starts off with like small repairs and investigation. It leads into this like huge like mass event where you basically like trying to survive and the ships are all falling apart. One of the ships, I think at some point like the reactor starts to go nuclear and you have to like stabilize it.
And that's the whole game.
I mean, I really quickly just gave you like the quick note version of it. But yeah, so it's very interactive. There's lots of tools. You're able to like bounce around with your environment. So there's one spot where you're in zero gravity in the middle of like the ship, and you have to like use the walls and flooring and ceiling to like move. So you actually have to like bounce off shit to get forward. Tons and tons of not Easter eggs, but yeah, technically Easter eggs. Like there's so much in here. It's actually a really good game. Highly recommend it for those who are looking for or getting into VR to try out. It's up there with what is that? I can't. Robo Recall. Robo Recall is like one of those like rail shooters that everybody praises. That's up there with it. So
I'm getting motion sickness just watching this, and I'm not even
Really?
in it right now.
oh yeah, this is the 2017 version. They fixed a lot of it. Actually, when they re-released it for Steam, or I'm pretty sure it was re-released for Steam or Epic, one or the other. They fixed a lot of the issues. Motion sickness was apparently one of the big issues they had with it.
Yeah, like it's
Understandably.
like there's little jitters, and like I'm sitting here watching it, and I'm just like listening to you talk, focusing on like not feeling sick.
Yeah, understandably.
Anything else on Lone Echo, Josh?
No, it's a fantastic game. Give it a try once you get into VR. And actually, I think somebody even similar to what they did with the Half-Life Alyx, I think someone actually made it to where it can be played with mouse and keyboard.
I fuck with that.
You'd have to look it up. There, it's probably like a standalone mod. So
It's also it's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
Up next, August 29th, Ark Survival Evolved. Jake, this is your toxic little playground.
Oh, Ark
circle.
Survival Evolved. All right, guys. You guys like dinosaurs? You like building stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to Ark. So this is actually the game was out in beta for a long time. So this is actually when it was full released, and they bumped up the price, which kind of drove
Piss
people away.
off. Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
I remember that because I remember it was in the news because of the price change, and it was one of those games like I had played with you guys a little bit in like I think 2015, and so then hearing the news like, oh shit, I thought that game was out.
Yeah, it was because I got it when it was on beta
Mhm.
on the Xbox. The game, it could be played. I mean, it's for both players, both types of players. You got your single player, you could play by yourself, or you could play online with other people and form tribes. That's what
Just think
your
if, like,
party is.
Just think if like Rust and Turok made a baby. This is that.
But okay, so this game's still out. It's got its following, obviously, from our previous clip of me getting roasted in the comics section. But this game is not optimized at all. For how long it's been out, it's still buggy. It's still gimmicky. It's just glitchy. It not. I don't know what they're doing, but it's a pretty unique game. Nothing else is like it really. Um, it's got more than just like your dinosaurs. You got wyverns, so dragons, whatever. Um, you got just a bunch of just like mythical creatures that they add in all the DLC. And this game keeps on coming out with DLC. The game still comes out with like in-game events for the community. It's for what it is, it's not a bad game.
It's a better supported Tarkov.
Pretty
Minus
much.
the rate. It doesn't have all the rating and all that stuff and all the weapon runs and everything. But what surprises me about Ark Survival Evolved is that they're doing an actual numbered sequel and Vin Diesel is in it.
Yeah, that's still. I'm curious on what they're doing because there is lore behind this game. I haven't really got into it, but it's weird.
Hey, dinosaur. We're a family.
See, I'll believe it when it's a thing. It's almost like the Dead Island 2 situation where we get a trailer, then it disappears for years to the point where Goat Simulator makes fun of it. So I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen with this. Is Goat Simulator? The next Goat Simulator is going to come out, and it's going to make fun of it.
Are there cool weapons? Like, are there cool like sci-fi weapons in this? Because I always just see the tools.
Yes, it goes from primitive to modern day to futuristic.
Now, the futuristic weapons, are they cool or do they just feel like really light? Because I get the feeling, so like old first person shooters where you feel like the weight behind your melee weapon, but then you pick up a gun and you're like, this feels flimsy.
I would say the hand weapons are flimsy like that, but the cool thing you can do in this game is, or the cool thing I've seen people do, and the only reason I want to play it again is to do this, is basically, and I'm gonna get roasted on this one. I can feel it. Basically, get a flying, I can't remember the name of it. It's the flying transportational dinosaur. It's like the pterodactyl but bigger. You're able to build like a platform on them, and then basically, what I saw this person do is they built like a chain gun on the back of it.
Yes, you could do that. I think I think the giant bird thing is called a Quetzal, and the thing's huge.
I know I'm gonna get roasted, which is fine, but it's also because I haven't played. Last time I played it, I'm pretty sure all they had were the pterodactyls. I don't think they had any other flying creatures besides the insects. Maybe they had a couple insects in there.
They have insects, but I don't think you could tame like
No, you
them
couldn't
to fly.
No. That's what I'm saying though. Is like I think as far as flying ones go, like the big thing at the time I was playing it was you got a T-Rex and you fucking just ramped over everybody.
So
That was the thing.
The T-Rexes were fun. I remember getting in a group of people, and we had like 3 T-Rexes. One was like albino. It was pretty cool. But the taming in the game is time consuming. Depending on what the species that you're trying to tame, it is very time consuming. I think a T-Rex, if you just had the most basic stuff, could take hours.
So what you're saying is you're a complete dickhead for killing that wyvern.
Yes, I am a complete dickhead because with the wyverns, you can only hatch them from eggs, I think.
They raised it from a baby, Jake.
Yeah, and I destroyed it.
You murdered it. It's cool that this game's still getting support, though. I think it's crazy. It's crazy. It's got long freaking legs, and it's still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming up on 10 years since it was out in early access. We're getting close.
Ooh wee.
Up next, September 6th, Destiny 2. For those who don't know Destiny, this is a looter shooter where you team up with 2 of your friends and you go and do PvEs. And did Destiny 2 still have PvPs? I remember Destiny 1 had them, and I was like, this is the most pointless thing.
Yes.
It feels so fucking point. It's like you guys only did this because you were the Halo guys and you felt like you needed a PvP.
Well, I mean, it's not bad PvP. Destiny 2, they just recently came out the new expansion, which everyone started coming back to the game. I heard it was really fun. I heard the game's still fun, but it's just another grind. It's another grind game, loot shooter, whatever.
I need games with an ending. I can't, like the Destiny and Destiny 2, I can't do it, man. And then they like, if you don't come in time, like they lock content away. And I know you're saying, Nick, you play Fortnite, content disappears all the time. But that's not like story content. That's
I mean literally the original campaign for Destiny 2, the Red Army, is locked behind the vault now.
Isn't Vault of Glass also vaulted?
I think it came back for a second and then they vaulted it again.
That's just crazy because that's like something that everyone like you can still so Destiny, the way I've always understood it is Destiny is Diablo in first person with guns.
See, I always took it as Halo if it was an MMO.
Or that. But here's my argument. You can still play Diablo 2. You can still play all of World of Warcraft and its expansions. So the fact that stuff in Destiny like comes and goes, like it creates a scarcity that you don't need. Like, hey guys, Vault of Glass is gone. Sorry. You'll just have to watch YouTube videos about it.
But that could be said with just about okay. So like, look at if you're gonna bring, say, we can play World of Warcraft. Why do we have a classic version? Why do they bring certain versions of the classic version into it? I'm just saying.
That is a completely different story. That was because people wanted a reset. But you know what they're doing with the classic version? They're building back. So like, what was the first expansion for World of Warcraft? Was it that Panda one?
No, it was Burning Crusade.
Didn't they just re-release Burning Crusade?
Well, that's my point. Is they removed things to bring them back. It's basically you're just re-releasing the game at a modern time. That's all that is.
Yeah, but there are people still playing their builds that they started in 2004. I'm sure there are people who reset with vanilla, and I guarantee you, give it another 10 years, they'll be doing another new vanilla. So what I think the MMO, like the successful MMOs will do, which I think World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 14 are probably the only ones, right?
At this point, yeah, but Final Fantasy, I think, is they're not worried about going back because
no,
their
14,
community still grows.
Because 14 actually has, and I'm sure World of Warcraft had some of this stuff when it was starting out, but I mean, people are getting married in Final Fantasy 14. People are going to raves and doing like party stuff. But what I think WoW will do, and I think other people will jump on this bandwagon, is oh hey, people have loved it, like, but they kind of missed how the old one feels. We're bringing it back, and then they'll do it again, and they'll just keep doing it because people will want it. They'll be like, man, World of Warcraft, my second time through was great. I miss vanilla again. Guys, we're doing vanilla for a third time. Get in here. Come on.
It just sounds like D&D with extra steps, though.
You're not wrong. Oh, hey, your character died in this campaign, so do you want to start? Let's just start over.
We're going to go from 2E to 5 now, guys.
I don't play enough D&D to get that reference.
So that basically what we're just talking about is basically that. Like, oh, we're done with 5. Okay, we're gonna go back to 2E.
I say all this to say I hate Destiny.
It's okay. So it has its community. It's good for that. As far as if you're the casual gamer, I think you'll pick it up once, play it for a hot minute, and I think you'll forget about it. Not because it's a bad game, but I think it's because there's so many other games either like it. I mean, you've got Borderlands, you've got, help me out here, guys. I named one. You can name another.
Nope, you're on your own.
You're on your own with this. But Borderlands is going to be the one that I named, and then you took it.
Son of a bitch. Oh, okay. It's your in my opinion, it's your standard
Division.
MMO. Division 2.
Gotcha.
Ghost Recon.
Pew pew.
I mean, it's the same stuff, just different skins. So you like I said, we're gonna get people mad at us for it, but that's fine.
I'm
not saying it's a bad game.
I ain't worried about pissing Destiny people off. They're too busy sinking hours into Destiny.
That's fair. But either way, I think it's good for what it is. I just don't think it's everybody's cup of tea. It's not Halo.
Yeah, Halo's never coming back, Josh. It's gone.
No.
I'm sorry. Halo's dead. Halo's plane went down over the Pacific. There were no survivors.
Speak
next, September 26th, Fortnite came out. No, this was when Fortnite borrowed PUBG's homework, and PUBG said, "Hey, change a few answers up so no one thinks we copied." And Fortnite kind of did that, but really didn't. Wow! If you're watching the video, this looks so old. Oh wow!
Yes, this is season 1.
So basically what happened, PUBG came out. I think PUBG was on the Unreal Engine and had a deal with Epic on the Unreal Engine. And then Fortnite had come out as a survival game, didn't really take off. And then someone over at Epic basically said, hey, that Battle Royale stuff in PUBG is pretty cool. Yank. Put it into Fortnite. And fucking here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Fortnite probably is it one of the biggest games, if not the biggest?
Yeah, technically it is. My beef with it though is pre-ordering the fucking. I'm gonna be pissed about this. Pre-ordering the game when it
The
was supposed to be the survival.
Fortnite Save the World, right?
Yeah, save the world. And it was hot garbage. I mean, hot as like the steamiest shit in the coldest day. And then they're like, "Oh no, we're gonna back it up real quick. It's actually this battle royale game. Like, Save the World doesn't even exist anymore at this point. I'm sure you could still play it if you found it, but as far as like, they like wiped it from history because it's like, no, that wasn't us. We did this. We did this battle royale stuff. This was us. And it pisses me off.
So the PUBG guys got mad. I think they're suing the Epic. I don't know if that's still in court or not. But it's a game mode. Like, it's a game mode, guys. It's a game mode.
It's a game
Right.
mode.
So I'm not mad that it's a game mode. I'm mad that they backtracked themselves and said, no, we would never. Save the World was never going to work. We built it for the battle royale. Like, no, own your mistake, realize you fucked up, and do better.
Well, they did better. Here it is, right here.
No. Well, yeah, for the people who weren't stupid enough like me and you and pre-ordered the Save the World shit.
I didn't pre-order it. You pre-ordered it.
Told me to pre-order, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it.
I saw Fortnite magazine. I was like, the building looks
It's
so
up there. It's up there with Watch Dogs, Nick.
So people
It's
hate
up there with Watch Dogs.
I think a lot of people hate the building in this game, rightfully so, just because sweats kind of get a little crazy with it. You start to see towers, and you're like, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do this.
The still ongoing joke is you shoot once, and all of a sudden they've built a tower. Yeah, it's like instant. Like, it's a stupid joke, but it's so true. Like, I think that's what turned me off from it. It was always about it's not a true battle royale. It's who's the better builder.
This season 1 UI looks like dog ass, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'll give it to them. They've made improvements, and it's obviously its own machine. I can't stand them because it just seems like I said, history was wiped, and they're like, no, we made battle royale. We're this company.
I'm mad that I can't play it on mobile anymore, but I guess that's just because they took it off Apple and all that stuff. But I think the thing that's really kept it alive is like all their deals, like hey, we've got Goku over here. You dumb motherfuckers like Goku. Here you go.
Oh yeah,
1,200
their
V-Bucks.
promotions and marketing has just been fantastic. It sucks though because I feel like if it's popular at the moment, Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super.
Kind of crazy.
The movie. They came back and did the movie, and you had Orange Piccolo and Ultimate Gohan.
Kind of crazy how like Dragon Ball's kind of circled back into popularity, and now I'm like, oh wow, I remember I was a kid watching that. Holy shit!
And then you've got, they finished up the My Hero stuff. Now they're on Attack on Titan. At one point they had the Marvel stuff. Let's not even forget like all the concerts they held.
Yeah, and then like the exclusives. So like Kratos, Master Chief. Yeah.
And they just had Alloy, and I saw Alloy in the store for a few days. The crazy.
They're literally so good.
I mean, anime. I think you guys would agree. Anime is having a moment right now where it's becoming a little more mainstream,
which is a good thing, but is also a bad thing.
Well, I mean, anything goes mainstream. It's gonna be like you're gonna get your gatekeepers. You're gonna get people who come in and like, oh, anime's big. Let's put all our stuff in a game, or put all their stuff in a game, and that's kind of what Fortnite's like. Oh, hey, people like that. Like, I'm surprised. What's the dodgeball or the volleyball anime everyone really likes?
Haiku.
I'm surprised I haven't seen any haiku shit. Like, You've
probably seen more of Blue Lock than anything right now for sports ones.
Is Blue Lock that's not F1, is it?
That's the soccer.
That's the soccer one.
I feel like sport anime is on the way up too.
Oh,
what I'm thinking is, okay, so they have the Attack on Titan character Eren Yeager on here, and that's only probably because the new season just came out.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Dragon Ball Z probably had a movie around that time.
The movie came out, and that's why they. So when Goku and it was Goku and Vegeta, right?
So yeah, but the difference is that you had to buy those. I think the character that you're talking about that's out now is the secret character that you can unlock like halfway through the season.
Oh, we're talking about the Orange Piccolo and Ultimate Gohan.
Oh, see, I don't know
No,
about those.
the
I know
Aaron
those.
Yeager.
I think those two were store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, Jaeger. You said was his name.
Yeah, Aaron Yeager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like last season, the secret character was Geralt. You can unlock him, but you had challenges to unlock him like halfway through the season. All right. Last but not least, September 29th, Cuphead finally came out. For those who don't know Cuphead, this is it's a boss rush game. It's 2D.
Yeah, I mean, it is,
you're a little
but-
cartoon cup. I think the mass appeal is that it looks like an old cartoon. You can play co-op. Boss fights are very challenging. I'm trying to find a good one. I think this video might be someone who's not very good at the game. It does have some runner levels where you run through them and defeat enemies. I think they had to tack those. I think Microsoft's like, hey, you need to put these in, or whoever their publisher was at the time, because I don't think those were going to be in the game. And then someone's like, these bosses, we need something to pad them out. But hey,
That's why I said Contra, like, because Contra only had a handful of them like that, and it was mainly more like a boss rush mode.
it was so popular that it got DLC. It just came out last year. Crazy to think, for a whole 5 years later, DLC came out, and they had a very popular Netflix show come out. I think it did pretty well for them on Netflix. I haven't seen anything about them getting canceled yet, but who knows? Those streamers don't really show any mercy to those animated shows.
Well,
rest in peace, Inside Job.
Netflix is on its way out, out of everybody's household.
Hey man, when they came for Glow, I said nothing. When they came for Inside Job, I said nothing. When they came for my password, I rose up. Well, actually, you know what? I have my own account. So everyone who's losing my password here in a few weeks, I'm sorry. Sorry for your loss. Yeah, I'll Venmo you the $10 you need.
Well,
No, he's not.
So you better start Venmoing me, because I'm pretty sure when it happens, we're getting rid of it. So
Motherfucker, are you on mine?
no, I'm on Angie's parents.
Okay.
It's only a matter of time. And then honestly, I think how terrible it will go, other streamers will look at it and go, we may need to reconsider things, guys.
So my favorite thing about Cuphead is that I think it became popular after like a Microsoft E3 event where Cuphead wasn't even like announced as its own game. It was like one of those trailers where like they played like a handful
All
of
the indie
games.
Yeah.
And people saw Cuphead and they're like, the fuck was that?
Yeah.
That looked really cool. And it just kind of took off from there.
And it's well deserved too. I mean, if you haven't played it, it's a fantastic game. And even if you're just now watching it for the first time, I highly recommend you grab it. And it gets on a Game Pass, right?
It does not look like it is on Game Pass. You can get it online. You can get it on here, but not on Game Pass. It's not a Game Pass game. I'm sorry, you guys.
Well, I thought it was. It's okay.
Guys, we made it through the third part of 2017. We're almost there at the end of the year. What do you say we head into some news, though?
Read all about it. Latest football scores. Morning paper. Morning Star. Paper, mister?
It's time for old news.
It's August 1st. Electronic Arts confirmed that BioWare Montreal, the developer of Mass Effect Andromeda, was absorbed into Motive Studios.
And that was a sign that we weren't going to get the rest of that Mass Effect Andromeda stuff.
No, but they are the same guys who did eventually give us Dead Space Remake, which is fantastic. But they're also the guys who gave us Battlefront 2 and Squadrons. Squadrons I thought was pretty good too, so I will give it to them. They've redeemed themselves from Battlefront 2
They've turned it
and
around.
Andromeda. They're turning it around. They're getting better. They have a to-be-announced Untitled Iron Man game.
Oh, is that the VR thing?
I believe so, yeah.
Eh,
And then they've only had one game canceled, and that was Gaia.
we don't need it.
We don't need it. Moving on. August 8th, Ubisoft announced the establishment of a new studio in Stockholm, Sweden. I'll let you guys know this right now. Nothing came from it.
I was going to say, are they gone? If I click this
I'm pretty sure they just do like side work now at this point. I don't think they do anything like fantastic. So
If I click
Side
on the
hustle.
studio, Wikipedia is gonna be nothing but was. Was.
Yeah, well, it's Ubisoft, guys. Come on, you can't expect much at this point. August 7th through the 12th, the International 2017, one of the highest paying esports tournaments in history, was held at the Key Arena in Seattle. Nick,
What-
do you need background on that? Because I know Jake knows what it is.
What did they play there?
That's Dota 2.
Oh, yeah. See, I had no idea.
Stupid.
I didn't know. I didn't know there was Dota. I didn't know.
Stupid.
I knew it wasn't League because League's called something else, but I didn't know it was Dota.
Stupid.
Yeah. So that was the year Team Liquid won.
What was the prize pool?
No, millions.
Yeah, millions. Let me see if I can. They won $10,862,683.
Chump change.
Second place, Newbie, 3.95 million. Legend Forever Young, 2.5. Fourth place, Legend Gaming, 1.7. Fifth and sixth, Ictus Gaming and Virtuous Pro, 1.1. Hell, 17th and 18th place, 61,000.
Esports are just fucking golf. They're just like, oh hey, you came in 17th place. Here's a fucking $50, and
Yep.
all
Yeah.
our money. Fuck.
I mean, like I was looking at the prize pool for DreamHack San Diego, and all I gotta do is get like 17th in I think ones and twos. I'll be coming home with like $300.
At least cover your trip, right?
It paid for my food.
My plane ticket home.
I can fly home. Yeah.
That's a long walk if you don't get it.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, moving on. Lastly but not least, September 13th, Bruce Straley, co-director of The Last of Us and Uncharted 4: Thieves' End, departed from Naughty Dog after 18 years.
Is this the guy that raised hell about not having a writing credit on the show recently?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Man, that's not how those credits work, man. You wrote the game. Like, come on, Bruce. Come on, Bruce. Bruce, you're embarrassing all the other Bruces, man.
Yeah, since then, he really hasn't done anything else. I think. Really, he hasn't really done anything else since he left.
Naughty Dog sounds like it would run you through the ringer being there for 18 years. All those AAA titles, all those platformers.
Well, let me rephrase that. The only thing he's done since then, other than complain about not having a credit from the television show, is he's considered supporting unionization of the video game industry.
Good on you, Bruce. Good on you.
Which, I mean, that probably needs to happen.
But also, Bruce, it'll be all right. The show is just okay.
So you're telling me I'm not missing anything?
If you played the game, you've seen the show, Josh.
Yeah, that's why I'm not like, ooh. It's so weird. Speaking of the show, it's so weird having everybody like Andy's parents and her brother talk like, oh, I want to watch Last of Us. And I'm just like sitting there going, guys, it was a game first. And then
For people like who are onboarding at the show, that is totally fine.
oh yeah, no,
I think-
it's not the problem.
I
It's
think
just
what
so
it does
weird.
better. So like The Walking Dead, my main complaint was, oh, we're gonna be at this farm or at this prison all season. This is the arc. This is the other end where it's like, oh, that was only an episode, or that was only an episode and a half. Seems fat. So it's like here's Walking Dead, here's The Last of Us. I want something right in the middle where it's like, yeah, this is gonna be like a half arc. Kind of like how like Dexter would have a mini boss in the middle of a season. So like I think season 7 when his sister, spoilers for Dexter, season 7 or 8, I forget which one, when his sister knows that he's the killer, there's there's that guy who like has the torture houses, and him and Deborah take him down, like I want to say like episode 6 or 7 with still like 3 or 4 episodes left. So like, yeah, I feel like having stuff that lasts more than an episode or two, it just feels rushed. It was 9 episodes. It just finished this past Sunday. So 2 Sundays when this goes out, and it just felt rushed. But you know what? If people who haven't played the game like it, hey, welcome aboard, kids.
It's just weird because the moment Andy's brother mentioned it was a video game, everybody just like stopped and looked at me, and I'm like, God damn it, am I really that guy that is, when you say video game, you stop and look at me to like confirm it?
Like, Josh?
What Josh said reminds me of that meme where the guys at the party, he's like, they don't know that I played the game.
You know what it is? They looked at Josh like they're like, how the fuck did you not bring this up?
I want to
Just
try
be
to,
interested in it.
Thought
I
you were
want to
the
try to
video-
recreate that meme with Josh.
thought you were the video game guy, Josh.
I mean, you guys didn't like Halo.
Oh, I'm the video game guy at my place.
I'm the funny guy. I'm the funny guy.
No,
you're
Nick's definitely the video game guy.
Nerd. If you don't know the video game guy at work, you're the video game guy at work.
I am the video game guy at work. I bring my Steam Deck to work and people judge me. Okay.
Josh, we're always judging you. Never
Actually, they
stop
don't
judging.
judge me. They don't judge me too hard. They actually think it's pretty cool.
No, yeah. It's all. Hey, I'm jealous of your Steam Deck. I
should
want to touch it.
Oh.
Well, Josh, thanks for the news. Jake, you got a meme for us?
Me.
Time.
All right, guys. So this one's a picture of Buzz carrying Woody in Toy Story, and it says, "But Buzz, we missed the truck. We're not aiming for the truck." And it's just a picture of tilted towers on the map.
That is
I love it.
That is a perfect marriage of IP, Toy Story, Fortnite in one place. I approve it. I approve it. This is a good meme, Jake. This is a good meme.
It's a
Great meme.
fantastic meme.
Good, Jake. Hey, guess what? It's tea time.
It's tea time.
All right. Stop buying early access. I don't know what you're thinking. Josh, you play Escape from Tarkov. How can you preach and not practice? Well, this is a cautionary tale for those who don't understand. So, my main beef with it is, why give a company money for a product that's not finished and may never finish? Prime example, Escape from Tarkov. It has been in beta since the beginning of time itself. I'm talking, I was playing at a time when you could go to the door, rather than just saying open, it said open and clear, open and flash. You had options. There's so many options in there. And they removed it. That's fine. You're like, Josh, it's just a feature. That's fine. Okay, let's move on to the next portion of this. It's a cautionary tale. I bought the Edge of Darkness edition. Originally, I got so much starting equipment. I had 2 ammo boxes. I had a shit ton of guns, a shit ton of ammo, extra money. I'm pretty sure I actually had a money case. I have to remember. I can't remember all of it because it's been so long. I don't even get that now. I'm lucky if I get 2 additional guns and maybe a handful of pistols. Then you're like, well, Josh, you get a head start in your stash. Okay, I get a day free, basically, for $150. Are you fucking kidding me? Moving, Jake's face is throwing me off. For those who can't see, he's just making like these like O faces and like tilting his head like, no, he didn't. Moving on. It's just the fact that we give these companies money for an unfinished product, and then we either, one, don't get what we were promised, like in the sense of Escape from Tarkov, where they keep taking things away. 2, by the time it finally releases, there's nobody left because everybody already played through the beta and they weren't willing to wait for it to be fully released. In some cases, like, not saying Ark is in that case, but how long did it take them to finally finish, and how many people would have actually still been there to play it when it finally did? The same thing could be said with Rust. How long was Rust in beta? I mean, all these games, they just, that's like the excuse for, especially like these AAA title companies. They just like go, I can make you buy a now possibly $70 game. It's not 100% done. Get your feedback. Not give a shit about your feedback. And maybe not even finish the product itself. Maybe half-ass it the rest of the way. We shouldn't be rewarding that. Am I saying indie companies can't do it. No, I'm saying if you're gonna do it, don't release it, and I'm putting air quotes up. Release it and say it's a finished product, or it's going to be a finished product. It needs to either be finished, or you need to be on um what's the fun? Is it Fund Me or whatever it's called? Where you can like fund projects and stuff.
There's Indiegogo. There is also Kickstarter.
Kickstarter,
Thank you. I couldn't think
GoFundMe.
Kickstarter. All those. Go to those to support them and get your, funding kick for it. But don't go to Steam, don't go to Epic, don't go to Xbox, don't go to Sony, don't go to these companies and say, "Oh, here's a product you can put on the store. It's not finished, but we'll have it finished in the next like 3 years." And then make us wait 10 years for it to actually finish. Do your jobs. You're paid to do it. Don't half-ass it. Give us demos. We'll get you feedback. I mean, look at Suicide Squad, the newest one, the game. The Suicide Squad kills Justice League, basically. I think that's what it's called. I don't even know what it's called anymore at this point because that's not what it looked like when they were giving us the stuff. They delayed it again. I promise you, if that comes out as a beta, instant garbage.
It looks rough.
It looks bad. But if they come out and say, "Oh, it's a beta release," nope, it's not a beta release. It's a you're dead in the water. Do us all a favor. Don't promote them for that. That's the reason why we're getting EA, Ubisoft, all these AAA companies give us the games that we've loved and grown up on for years, and they've been diluted to what they are now. Look at Battlefield. I mean, essentially, it's pre-ordering or wish listing. You're giving them the power to think that they're so much bigger than they are, and they're not going to put the effort into it. They're not. Just don't give them that power. Don't buy early access. Don't pre-order. Don't wish list. Make them earn it. That's why I think games like Stray came out of nowhere. Fantastic game. The modding community has been fantastic with it. Was it in beta? No. Did it come out and promise everything they did? Oh, hell yeah. They did more than that. And look where it's at. It got nominated for several awards at the Game Awards. Give them credit. They did their homework. They did their job. I hope that their next project is so big that they never expected it to be that big. I want them to blow. I don't want to keep rewarding these other companies for doing this stuff. Don't. It's ridiculous. I'm tired of buying the next Call of Duty for $70 and it being the same exact game but copy and paste. I'm tired of buying a Battlefield game where I grew up on the other ones, love them to death, and go this is not the same game I played when I was a kid. It's not even the same machine. It's an old man sitting cripply on his bed and can't get up. I need somebody to find that golden ticket to get that old man up and jumping around and making his children realize this old fart fucking lied to us. And that's what Stray did. That is my rant. I'm done talking about it because I can talk in circles all day. Stop buying early access.
Did you just shit on Grandpa? I
did.
What's his name? the Chocolate Factory grandfather.
Yes, I did.
Round of applause.
Leave that grandfather alone. He just wanted to eat chocolate with his grandson.
Well, hey, the fact that he could get he was crippled in bed for years and he could get up and dance around and take his grandson to the factory. No.
Get a job.
Get a job, old man.
Get a job, old man. All right, Josh. I hate to piss you off even further after your tea time, but you have the speed cap next week, and I'm going to give you two choices. I'm giving you two choices.
Okay.
You can speed cap Horizon Zero Dawn, or you can speed cap The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Oh. I kind of want to give Horizon its spotlight. I think Zelda has taken too much out of it, so let's give it to Horizon.
All right. Josh is speed capping Horizon Zero Dawn next week. I will be the quiz master, so you best be ready for that shit, Josh. I know you know this game, so I'm going DLC. I'm doing it all.
I played it. I've beaten it. Let's go. Let's
doing
do
it all, baby. I'm doing it all.
I'll do it doggy style.
Jesus. This is usually where we end the show, but we do have one more thing to get out of the way for his punishment in losing last week's speed cap in Mass Effect Andromeda, Jake has written a love letter to the indoctrination theory that Josh fucking stuffs up his butt every night before he goes to bed.
Every
Jake.
night.
All right. So honestly, I don't even think it was that much of a punishment. Honestly, it was a great video. So here we go. Dear Indoctrination Theory. At first, I didn't know who you are or what you were. I thought you were just a dumb theory. But I took time. I dug deep, and I mean, oh, we went deep. You were pretty fascinating. You were easy on the eyes.
So easy.
Stop rubbing your nipples, that's weird. You were mind-blowing, breathtaking. I had no idea that you were like this. I mean, I didn't really play Mass Effect 2 or 3, but man, it kind of made me want to play it. You teased me. You teased me hard. My balls dropped after I read you.
Yeah.
Josh is being weird.
No, I'm not. Keep going.
What's wrong with you? But your take on how the trilogy ended, how it was played out, it took my soul. I want you. That is it.
You're not going to sign your love letter?
No, I mushroom stamped it.
Gross. Just gross. Just gross. Get out of here. Everybody, that's the show. We're doing 2017 Q4 next week, and Josh is speed capping Horizon Zero Dawn. As always, we're a Trident Network podcast. Go check out our siblings. They're all fucking awesome. Rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. Just give us all the fucking stars. Come on. And as always, thank you to Alex Marvin Clark for our intro and outro song, Hunt Him Down. A link to his SoundCloud in the show notes. Go check his shit out. It is really good. You can find me, Nick, on Twitter at that coffin. I'm kind of taking a break from it there, but I'm still there. So just, if you want to pop on over and say hello, by all means, do so. I'm also on Twitch and YouTube at Nick Fat Knight. Josh, where can the people find you?
You can find me anywhere at I'm Josh Saying.
Oh, he's riding high after that indoctrination theory love.
Yeah.
Jake, where can the people find you?
You can probably finish now. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok at Jakey Boy Kaufman, where I bully my teammates and for content, basically.
Oh, that's really nice. That's good. You're a good friend. You're a good friend for that.
Yep.
You can find Smashing Game Time anywhere in the social medias. We're on the Twitter. We are on Instagram. We're on TikTok. Well, it is still available in the States, so get there while the getting's good. And guys, we just want to thank everybody for hanging out with us again. This has been Smashing Game Time. We hope everyone had a smashing great time. We'll see each and every one of you next time.